Have you been trying to figure out how to buy cars in your business name instead of your personal? In this video, I'm going to explain how I use commercial financing to do exactly that and how you can do the same thing. Knowing how to buy cars in your business name can help your business grow and become more productive. And the first thing you need to know is when you get these auto loans to buy cars under your business name, it's commonly referred to as commercial financing. You can use these vehicles to produce additional income, take advantage of multiple tax benefits, and they help to lower your debt to income ratio on your personal credit. But to be honest, I didn't always understand this process that I'm going to explain to you today, and it resulted in me getting a bunch of denials and overutilizing my personal credit. So make sure you watch this entire video, Bag Chaser, because I'm going to show you not only how I got one car in my business name, but how I got multiple cars in my business name at the same time.
Did you hear that?
This is my 2019 Honda Civic, my 2020 Nissan Altima, and my 2021 Tesla Model 3. They were all purchased using commercial financing and are in my business name. I turn these vehicles into income producing assets by renting them out on the Turo platform. Nowadays, a lot of us are coming to the realization that we need more than one income stream to live comfortably, let alone to have financial freedom. A lot of us are willing to go form the LLC and start the business, but we still wind up putting things in our personal name because we don't truly understand commercial financing and all the benefits that come with it. I mean, I did the same thing when I first started Turo too. The first car I bought for Turo was a 2018 Chevy Malibu for about $17K, and this was in the beginning of the pandemic, so I was getting great daily rates and business was booming. It used to do numbers on the platform, but it was in my personal name, which means I had personal insurance on the vehicle while I was renting on Turo, and all the liability was on me. So after the next few months, I knew if I was going to expand my Turo business, I was going to have to start getting these cars in my business name. And it wasn't just about the insurance. There are a bunch of benefits when it comes to getting cars in your business name instead of your personal. I know you hear a lot of people talk about the tax benefits that come with buying a vehicle over 6,000 pounds with your business, which is true. But I'm gonna let you talk to your accountant about that one. To be honest, everybody may not be filing taxes in their first year of business, and you actually have to be making income with your business for tax deductions to make sense. But using commercial financing to buy these cars under your business name allows you to start using commercial insurance instead of risking your own personal insurance policy, which is a huge benefit, especially if you're renting these cars on car sharing platforms like Turo and HireCar. There are commercial insurers who work directly with these car sharing platforms and have created policies to work specifically when you're renting your car on them. And if you want to deep dive on what commercial insurers I use and exactly how I set up my insurance policies, make sure you check out my car sharing master course where I go through that specific topic from A to Z. I'll link it in the description below. Now, not understanding commercial financing can hurt your personal credit as well. When I bought the Malibu, it was the second car on my personal credit report, and that extra $350 note was added to my debt to income ratio. Now, your debt to income ratio is pretty much how much debt you have to pay every month compared to how much income you're bringing in every month. And the higher your debt is, the lower your credit score is going to be overall. Now, imagine having 4 to 5 cars in your personal name. You never be able to get another loan. And this is what makes commercial financing pretty much necessary in this business. Another key benefit of this method is that most commercial lenders won't report these cars on your personal credit, which means you can essentially get as many cars as you want to under your business name, and it's never going to hurt your personal debt to income ratio. And that aspect of commercial financing is so powerful, whether you're trying to build your car sharing business or just build your fleet in general. Now that you know the benefits of commercial financing, make sure you keep watching because I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid the mistakes I made on my journey and how to properly get multiple cars in your business name with no money down using commercial financing. Now let's imagine you're starting from the very beginning and you don't even have a business formed yet. You're probably still working a 9 to 5 and watching this video to figure out the first steps to get a car in your business name and how to use it to make money. If this is you right now, or you've been there before and you know exactly what this feels like, hit that subscribe button and like this video so we can push it out to more bag chasers just like yourself and run this bag up together. Now the first thing you're going to need is a separate business entity. My preference here is an LLC because they're really simple to form, yet they're very powerful and inexpensive. Once you have your LLC formed, you now have a separate entity to maneuver through business with, and you don't have to use your social security number and attach it to everything that you do. But it's not enough just to have an LLC on paper. You want to have a fully structured LLC so that these lenders take your business seriously when you go to apply. And fully structured means that your business has all the fundamental elements that a lender is looking for when they go to make the decision to give a business funding. The first element is going to be your certificate of organization or certificate of formation. This is the document that certifies your LLC is now recognized by your state and you receive it from your Secretary of State when you register your LLC business entity. The second element is going to be obtaining your EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. Your EIN is necessary because it's basically the social security number for your business and is how your business is tracked by the government and other financial institutions. Number 3 is an operating agreement. Now, your operating agreement isn't filed with any other entity. It's basically a document that explains the set of rules that go along with your business. It is important because some lenders may ask to see this when you go to apply for funding, especially if your LLC has multiple members. Next, you want to have an official business address so that when lenders go ahead and look your business up, it's an actual office building and not your mama house. Mommy! You can use a virtual office provider like Regus to obtain your business address. And here's a pro tip. You probably want to go ahead and obtain that virtual office address at the same time that you're doing your certificate of organization so that you can use that address from the very beginning. Unlike when I first started my LLC, I used my home address, which means when I did get my virtual address, I had to go back and file an amendment with my Secretary of State, which cost additional money and took a few weeks. Next, for number 5, you're going to want to either get a separate phone line or get an 800 toll-free number for your business. You can use a service provider like Grasshopper for this one. Having a separate phone line for your business is going to be much more professional than using your own phone number or putting a Google Voice number on these business credit applications. I personally added another line to my wireless plan and got a designated phone and number for my business. So you're about halfway through the business structuring process, and by completing these previous tasks, you've already made major progress towards getting your auto loan approved. But you're not quite there yet. Now you need to create your company's digital footprint. You do this by securing your .com domain name as well as a professional email address for your business. You can do both of these with a service provider like GoDaddy or Google Suite literally for less than $100. After creating your business's digital footprint, now you want to increase its physical footprint. And you can do this by listing your business information in 411 and the other directories. And you can do this for free over at listyourself.net. It's super simple. Number 8 for me is going to be getting your company's Dun & Bradstreet number. Dun & Bradstreet is the biggest and most well-known business credit bureau. You can actually get your Dun & Bradstreet number for free over at dnb.com. And this step is really important because Dun & Bradstreet is going to track and report most of the credit trade lines that you establish between your business and other businesses. Now, the last piece to structuring your business is vital, and that's going to be getting your business bank account. This is pretty much the icing on your business cake, and it's really important because a lot of other businesses won't even recognize your LLC until it has an active bank account. Say what? Congratulations, bag chaser. You now have a fully structured business entity. But the truth is, you're going to need more than just structure for a bank to give your new business an auto loan. And this is where I ran into my biggest roadblock when it came to getting financing to continue growing my Toro business. At this point, I already had 2 cars in my personal name, the first one being my everyday car, the second being the Chevy Malibu that I bought specifically for Toro. Since the only income I was showing on my personal side was from my 9-to-5, the high amount of both of these car payments was having a consistent negative effect on my debt to income ratio. Plus, when I went to go finance the second car, the dealership hit my personal credit with like 10 inquiries trying to find me the loan, which also dropped my score. Which brings us to another huge benefit of commercial financing is that you get your approval directly from the lender instead of having to go through the dealership as a middleman. This alone would have saved my credit score like 30 to 40 points during this process. So at this point, I had a mid 600 credit score and I couldn't find any lender that would give my business any funding. To be honest, personal credit is really the key to building business credit and getting business funding. Now, I don't care how many net 30s and gas cars your business has. If you want high limit funding from big financial institutions like Amex, Chase, and other banks, you're going to have to personally guarantee on most of these applications initially. Everybody always talking about no PG, but what they don't tell you is it takes hundreds to thousands of dollars worth of trade lines and months of reporting to even start generating the paydex score. Go ahead and get the credit repair and really start working on getting your personal score up to a 700 and above. With that same money and in probably less time, you can put all your efforts and resources towards getting your personal credit right, and then when you're ready, you can get all the business funding you want. I mean, honestly, expecting to get business credit while having bad personal credit just by avoiding PGs is crazy. So make the investment in yourself. Even if it takes you spending a little bit of money and a little bit of time, being able to secure thousands of dollars worth of business funding is going to be well worth it in the end. Now, it is possible to get a commercial auto loan without using a PG, but you're going to need an 80+ paydex score, a few years of tax returns, and a few other financial documents just to validate that your business is lendable. At this time in my business, I definitely didn't have tax returns or any profit and loss documents. I didn't even have a paydex score at this time when I went to go get cars in my business name. And I'll be willing to bet neither do a lot of you in your first 1 to 2 years of running a business. So without these documents and a business that's already generating hundreds of thousands of dollars, I pretty much thought it was a wrap for my dreams of expanding my Toro business. But then I learned there was a way around this, and that was by using no-doc lenders to secure my business funding. In this case of commercial financing, there is a no-doc lender who wouldn't ask for tax returns or proof of income documents to approve my business for an auto loan. And this lender was Bank of America, aka the BOA play. Not only was this Bank of America auto loan a good option for me, but it has been as well for many members of my car sharing master course who've run this same exact play. Now, although BOA isn't one of the first banks that I would recommend you go to get a business credit card or a business line of credit, they are really good when it comes to commercial financing for business vehicles. Now, another great thing is you can apply for the Bank of America Advantage Auto Loan directly online from their website, and the application process is pretty straightforward. Actually, let's get into it. Now, when I ran the BOA play with my business, I applied for a loan in the amount of $60,000. This way, if I did get it approved for the loan, I wouldn't have to spend the entire amount if I made the decision to get a slightly less expensive economy car. When you first start going through the application, it's going to ask for all of your business information. But remember, we structure all of that in the beginning of the video, so you're going to be good to go here. Now, I want you to really pay attention to this sauce, because now I'm going to give you a few data points that you want to keep in mind when going through the application. Bank of America is going to ask the annual income for your business. Now, this question can be a little bit tricky because when you just formed your business in that same year, you may not even have those numbers yet. But if that's the case, you want to go ahead and use what they call projected income. Using projected income means that you enter the amount that you think your business can reasonably make over the next 12 months as a forecast, rather than what you're actually making today. So if you're paying attention and you're going into this with a plan, if you think your business can do $20,000 a month over the next 12 months, you want to go ahead and put $240,000 down. If you think your business can do $30,000 a month, just multiply that number by 12. In this case, you would put $360,000 down, and so on. Another pitfall that can raise red flags with lenders is when you use a business type that is considered a high-risk industry. Even though these are some of the most popular side hustles out there right now, some high-risk industry businesses include trucking, real estate investing, car rentals, and more. Using these business types can automatically get you flagged and get your application denied off the rip. Now, when BOA asks for your employer identification number, they're also going to ask for your social security number in order to co-guarantor. BOA is going to do a hard pull on your Experian credit report when you run this play. So to have the best chance at approval, I would recommend the PG to have at least a 680 credit score, have at least one prior or current car note on their personal credit in good standing, and have a current personal credit utilization under at least 20%. Now remember, although you do have to PG for this auto loan, the debt does not report to your personal credit profile, which is the beauty of why commercial financing is the best method for purchasing multiple cars under your business name. It's beautiful. Now, all of this was great news, and understanding the sauce behind it was valuable, but I still had a major problem. How was I going to run this play and my credit score was only like a 665? Well, in this case, I actually made the decision to include a business partner who at the time had a stronger credit profile than mine, who would be able to PG on the business's behalf. So for all my bag chasers out there who may be at the lower end of the credit spectrum, having a business partnership where you use your partner's credit profile to get the funding in exchange for future profits could definitely be a play. And since y'all still here rocking with me on this video, let me go ahead and give y'all some extra sauce. I do all my funding applications after midnight, and I do this because after midnight, most of the human underwriters are off work, which means your application is going to go through a computer processor, so you could have the chance at getting approved before a human ever even gets to see the application. Secondly, the real secret of the BOA play is that you can submit up to 4 applications back to back and only get 1 hard inquiry on your personal credit if you do it all in the same day. So I actually wound up submitting 3 Bank of America Business Advantage auto loans that night, and guess what, y'all? All 3 of the applications got approved the very next day. Let's get it. Like, can we actually just take a moment and shout out BOA for creating such a beautiful business loan product? With these 3 loans, I purchased my Honda Civic, my Nissan Altima, and my Tesla Model 3. And when you run the BOA play, you're not required to put any money down when you buy the cars, so they immediately become a cash flowing asset when I start to rent them out on the Toro platform. I mean, when I look back, I probably should have grabbed a Jeep or an SUV that weighed over 6,000 pounds with at least 2 of these approvals. That way I could take advantage of the tax benefit, and Jeeps and SUVs that seat over 7 people do really well on the Turo platform. But I admit, I was super geeked to get a brand new Tesla in my business name. Plus, the major car shortage that was happening at that time made it really hard for me to go into a dealership and get any other specific cars that I wanted. This is still proof though, if you learn how to leverage a business entity plus decent personal credit, when you run that play correctly, building business credit and getting funding isn't hard at all. And guess what? Bank of America isn't the only financial institution that offers commercial financing. For the most part, this is the same approach that you want to take when running any commercial financing play at any other financial institution. With this knowledge, I now know how to get any car that I want in my business name at any time. And guess what, Bag Chaser? After watching this video, so do you. And we're not stopping at just getting cars in our business name either. Watch this next video and learn how you can get $25,000 for your business in just one day.